Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm doing something special. I'm going to shoot with the Nikon F. I haven't used this camera in 20 something years, maybe 25 years. It's for my dad. He bought it during the Vietnam War and gave it to me at some point in the 90s. I shot with this one. So as I said earlier in my videos, I always said film photography is kind of a gimmick now, so it's kind of useless and people got really pissed off about this and stuff. I don't give a shit. So but today I'm doing this really for fun. So but for commercial photography, this is actually useless. I mean, just for the heck of that. I mean, if somebody really likes photography and shooting film photography, and it's really fun, I guess, you know. But other than that, and it's more than a hobby, probably it's probably the same as like walking around with a Walkman and listening to music. You know, it's kind of like a gimmick now. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go to a store and buy some film rolls, maybe ISO 200 and 400, and we're gonna start shooting and see what it looks like. I haven't done this for 20 years, so I'm excited. That's the camera. I'm at the camera store right now. I'm picking up some film rolls here. Let me show you the store here. Lots of like film rolls here, all kinds of like stuff for developing a film, chemicals and stuff. So yeah, that's the store, lots of stuff. So we picked up the 04 one for ISO 100 and another one ISO 400. So let's see. I'm in the store right now. I'll just go over two films. One is ISO 100 04. Another one is ISO 400. So I'm going to clean this thing. This is like a little. I'll try to clean this a little bit as much as possible. Let me open the. I'm going to use the 0400 first. Take the film. Stretch it. Put the cover back. Close. Okay. So film is loaded, and we're gonna go out and take some shots. See how it goes. Okay, we're here at the Shinjandi. It's a very artsy place, like where a lot of rich people, tourists come here. So we're gonna shoot a little bit this area here. And each shot I gotta use the exposure meter, so you can download them. There's tons of apps online, so you just download one. Just measure the light, your ISO, your aperture, whatever you want to shoot. Make sure you have the proper light, and then just go ahead and yeah, shoot it. I wish for less. Alright, let's get shoot this place here a little bit. It's really artsy. It has a nice texture, like old Chinese stuff. It's kind of rebuilt, it's kind of fake, but it's kind of interesting for these black and white shots. So let's check it out. We're gonna scope around and find some actually good spots to shoot the film roll. ISO 100 still, and it's gonna get darker here towards the evening, so I'm gonna swap to as soon as it gets darker to ISO 400. Now that we just finished a 36 film roll of ISO 100. Just finish it just in time when the sun sets. So we're gonna swap to ISO 400. So it's getting dark. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I'm done with the film. I'm going to put this on R to rewind, and then put the film back. You should hear a noise when it's done. Shit, that's a lot. Okay, boop. You hear a noise, so it's done. Put it back on A. And we're going to take the film out. Still a little bit left in. That's okay. Cover back. 哦，是你是这电子版吗？
对呀、
哦，那好的。
是我们有我们微信嘛，微信加一个我网盘链。
Hey guys, what's going on? Just want to give you guys a summary of the film shoot. But first of all, I'm actually working here at the Novotel. I'm reshooting some of the items here. So let me show you the swimming pool around here. It's pretty cool, huh? Oh yeah. So let me give you guys a little summary of my film experience shooting with film again after 23 years. So it's been a really long time. So yeah, I just stumbled upon, like, I just opened the cabinet, my camera cabinet. I saw my old camera, and I looked at it like, wow, that's interesting. So I gotta try it again, you know. And it was a very interesting experience, you know, to do everything, not just a manual experience, but just having something physical. When I shot it on film, it wasn't like an instant like satisfaction where you can see the result, but you still have to wait for it. But the moment when I shoot a photo, I already have this photo in my mind, how it's going to look like when I know the aperture on 1.4 or 1.8. I sort of have this vision already what it's going to look like. But then I use my exposure meter on my cell phone. It kind of, you know, that's kind of like something that's not very accurate, you know. But you can tweak it on when you enlarge the photo in the darkroom again. But then still, there's this kind of mystery behind it. Like when you shoot it, you kind of have this vision what it's going to look like, yet you don't really know what the actual photo looks like. So that was kind of like very intriguing experience, you know, doing that. And shooting only 2 films, one on ISO 100 and another one on ISO 400, and it was kind of fun, you know. And I think the second part, what I'm going to be shooting is like document about enlarging or developing the actual prints in the darkroom, and that's probably like the most fun part that I'm going to experience. And I haven't done this in 20 something years, 23 years, like, so it's going to be actually even more fun than shooting, because like you see the actual print coming out, and then you can kind of manipulate the print in terms of like the exposure, whereas like you do the adjustments on digital, you do the adjustments in Photoshop, but then you do the actual developing actually in the darkroom. You know, you kind of like control the time of the exposure, you know, and then when you, yeah, just in general, the whole process is just very interesting, and you don't have that perfect image coming out. Like, it's super sharp, and everything is perfect and clean. You have like dust particles and stuff sometimes on it and stuff. If you don't clean it, you can reach perfection, you know. But then nowadays, like back in the days, like when you see like dust particles on your prints and stuff, you're like, damn, like fuck, you know, that's a mistake. But nowadays, like you actually want to show like the actual dust particle, so that you can claim this is like film and stuff. So it's like it's very different from what it used to be, and that's going to be on the second part of my film that I'm going to be doing. But then so my conclusion on this is like a very interesting experience, and I'm not saying this is like something I'm doing for commercial use or anything. That's impossible. For the second part, I'm still looking for reasonable like dark rooms and stuff where I can make these large prints and stuff. So I have some, but they're kind of like expensive, not reasonable, like per hour basis. So yeah, this is something that I'm looking forward to doing it. If it works out, it's fine. If not, then we're just gonna move on, and it's kind of like a experience. But at the end, I'm going to show you some of my favorite shots with Nikon F, the film. So until the next part where I'm gonna be spending some time in a dark room to develop the pieces, and then yeah, until next time, see you guys.